PTS.
Go ahead.
To train people into a battalion whenever the officers and commanding officer can't, and to get the enlisted into shape.
Anything to add to that, Black Eye? Okay. Okay. Yep. So NCOs are crucial to the battalion for doing tryouts and training the newly enlisted to ensure they fulfill their duties within the battalion so that they themselves can eventually become NCOs and COs. All right. So why do we need COs?
PTS.
Go ahead.
To lead the battalion into battles.
Anything to add to that, Black Eye? Okay. So why do we need COs? So basically, COs are to keep the NCOs in check to ensure that they are doing tryouts and trainings, and keeping the battalion running to its fullest potential, whilst the COs are off doing more important things such as documentation or dealing with other important matters. The COs are the commanding officers, and they need to make sure that everything's running smoothly throughout the whole battalion. So they look at it as a whole. They don't just look at the aspect of the enlisted and getting things done in that way. They have to also keep track of the NCOs, who's doing what, and when to do like promotions and all that. And so, one second, Black Eye. As a CO, it is very important that you keep up with your duties so that the battalion can also run smoothly and you can get things done easier without having any problems. Go ahead, Black Eye. Yeah, that would have to be brought up during like a meeting or something to talk about like. Yeah, that can definitely bring that up at some point. Okay, so what makes a good NCO? Go ahead. Anything to add to that, Geo? Geo? Uh, he's moving. He might just be AFK. Gosh dang it, Geo. Yeah, I guess we can keep going. Geo, you there? Geo.
What?
Okay. If you're gonna go AFK, next time let me know.
Okay. What up, cuz? I gotta go. Be right back.
What do you mean?
Okay.
Are you gonna like be right back, or are you gonna be a while?
It, I don't know. Family's here.
Okay, well I'm gonna keep going then.
Okay, see ya.
Okay. I guess we can continue on. So basically, a good NCO will always listen to their higher ups and follow orders to the T. They are always hosting tryouts as often as possible and to be trained. They are to be hosting tryouts and be training the enlisted as often as possible to ensure their peak physical condition. They are always willing to listen and learn from both good and bad experiences. They always report back to their COs with a report of anything that happened that the COs might need to know about. They're also not afraid to be wrong. Okay, so what makes a good CO? You can go ahead. Yep. So I'm just gonna add in a good CO is someone to always strive to do their best in every aspect of their time on the ship. They will host training semi often. You know, you don't have to do it as often because it's understandable that the officers are busy. But you know, you gotta host trainings for the NCOs to ensure that they're doing their job correctly. COs will always, and I mean always, do the required doc work. If you promote someone, you are required to log it. Doesn't matter what your rank is. I understand that if like who we get. Who's that? Oh, Czar. What's up? Oh, Czar, you can jump in on this with me.
What the heck? One moment.
How many NCOs
I
are
can't
there?
hear.
Well, it goes all the way from sergeant up to CSM. What do you mean?
There we go, I can hear now.
The senior NCOs? The SMB? Is that? I guess I'm not really sure what you mean. I'm not sure. Anyways, Czar, we're doing some leadership NCO training, and I want you to jump in on this.
Okay, I'm getting on right now.
We're not really doing anything in game, so you can just like talk. So I'm gonna go back to the start for him, Black Eye. Just be a little patient with me. Hold on. Okay, it says anonymous turtle is viewing my document. Who is that? Is there a way I can like edit this and make it so nobody can see it? Because I took away your access, and I thought that would, I don't know. Yeah. Alright. Oh, you know what? It could be law. Okay. Yeah, it's probably law or laser. No, it's fine. Don't worry about it. Okay. So, Zar, I'm gonna start off with you.
Okay, what's up?
Okay. So, I'm gonna ask you, what does it mean to be a leader for you?
It means setting an example for others. It means like it's setting an example. It's showing everyone else how to be a leader when you are leading, and it's being the one there to take the blame. It's being the one there to support them. It's a difficult role because you have to be a good leader, and there's a lot of bad leaders out there. And you have to be willing to punish them when punishment is needed, even if you don't want to, because you can't go soft on everyone. There's a time where you need to be a leader and not the friend.
All
That's
right.
what it means to be a leader for me.
All right, cool. All right. So, what is a CO?
Wait, what
Zar.
do you mean by CO?
Like, what is a CO? Like, what is it put simply? Like, you have NCOs and then you have a CO. What is a CO?
I am so fucking tired. I don't even remember. I'm sorry.
A that's all right. A CO is your commanding officer, basically.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Your commanding officer is the one. He is your leader. He is the one that's putting you to battle at the
Yep.
moment. Like when your commanding officer is there, he is the leader.
Yep. All right. What is an NCO?
An NCO is when you're under the rank of SMB, I think it is.
Yep, that is correct. 1 second here. All right, 1 sec. I gotta turn my mic on and everything.
Not gonna lie, you sound fucking beautiful, Pat. Like your mic just goes. Whew. Sounds like you're speaking through diamonds.
Does it work? Can you hear me? Hello?
Yeah, we can hear you.
All right, cool. Um,
We can hear you breathing.
you can hear me breathing? Oh shit.
Yeah.
How about now?
Alright, no, that's good.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. So, what is the job of an NCO, Czar? I'm currently getting some food.
Hold on. Does an NCO like count the privates?
I don't know. You tell me.
I think it does.
There's no like right or wrong answer here. I'm just teaching. I'm not really looking for a tryout or anything. So if you get it wrong, it doesn't matter. So,
Okay.
what is an NCO? Like, what is their job?
An NCO's job is to make the battalion look good by following the orders of their higher ups and following the orders of their CO.
Okay.
And learn how to become a CO and do the jobs of an officer.
Pull it up on my phone here because I'm walking around the house with these amazing Bluetooth headphones. Okay. So the job of an NCO is to try out is to try out others into the battalion, watch the enlisted and keep track of them and keep them in check. To do trainings for them, and the NCOs are the backbone of the battalion and are crucial for keeping the battalion balanced.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so why do we need NCOs?
Like you said, we need NCOs to keep the battalion in check. They're the backbone of the battalion as they recruit the new members. And if they're not there, then the battalion kind of falls apart.
All right. Yep. So basically, we need NCOs because they're crucial for the battalion for doing tryouts and training the newly enlisted to ensure that they fulfill their duties within the battalion so that they themselves can eventually become NCOs and COs. All right. Why do we need COs?
Buddy joined your channel.
Oh, that is Laser, but Laser is AFK.
AFK commander.
Hold on, what'd you say, Law?
I said, what is the job of a CO?
The job of a CO is to lead their troops. Wait, why are you asking the same question? Yes, it's like
I
two
asked you
questions
what
ago.
a NCO was. Now tell me what a CO, or not like what a CO is. Like what's their job, or why do we need them?
Suck
God
dick.
damn it! Yeah, why do we need COs?
Suck
Fuck.
dick.
Yeah,
Suck
die.
dick.
We need COs to keep the NCOs in check and to wait, are you talking about like in lore or
No, I'm
like
just talking
just
like
in general?
in our battalion in general. Why do we need the NCOs or not
Okay,
NCOs? The COs.
I was gonna say we need them to do dock work. um, we
mean,
need
yeah.
COs.
Yeah, I mean, kinda.
We need COs to lead at events, set a good example for the NCOs. We need COs to be they're kind of like some manager, you know. They're the ones who keep the NCOs in check. They need a set good example though, so they're not minching. I'm sorry if I'm saying the same thing. I'm really fucking tired. Like no joke, I just woke up 5 minutes ago. Um.
Buddy was moved out of your channel.
Well, okay. Bye, Lacey.
Black eye.
We can hear you.
Was I muted that whole time? Fuck.
Yep.
Okay. All right. So basically, we need NCOs to make sure the battalions are doing trainings correctly, keeping the battalion running to its fullest potential, whilst the COs are off doing more important things such as documentation or dealing with other matters that are important, such as external affairs or dealing with punishment. Okay. Black eye. Where did we leave off last? Was it what makes a good NCO? What makes a good CO? Okay. So, uh, Czar, what makes a good NCO?
Like an NCO is one who completes or goes over their requested fuck, it's not requested, I can't figure out the word for that. Completes or go over their amount of training. And yeah. And it doesn't minge around too much. Yeah. They that completes or goes over their quota and that stays loyal to the battalion, which is not leaving, and kind of like helps out with the CO's job. No, they do training and study as much as they can by watching the COs. Hmm. Well, they usually don't. It's just because people get honorary Like Pack, he left the battalion 3 times and raped me in an elevator. Right? Pack, your
This
mic's
is
not working.
true.
There
This
you
is
go.
true. Okay, so what makes a good NCO? A good NCO will always listen to their higher ups and follow orders to the T. They are always hosting tryouts as often as possible and to be training the enlisted as often as possible to ensure their peak physical condition. They're willing to learn and they're willing to listen and learn from both good and bad experiences. They will always report back to their COs with a report of anything that happened that the COs might need to know about. They are also not afraid to be wrong. That's one of the biggest parts is that as an NCO, you shouldn't be afraid to be wrong in some situations. Go up to an officer and tell them about what's going on and what you think is right. You shouldn't be holding back at all. You should be just like lighten up on. Don't yell at them. Don't yell at your officer. Don't like you can't be disrespectful to your higher ups. That's one thing, all right? But it's another thing, raise your voice and raise what you think is right and raise what you're feeling to tell them what you think is wrong and what you think is right. There's no reason that you need to hold back because you're afraid that you're going to say something wrong because you just need to let it all out so that they can get it whatever it is fixed. That's the biggest hold on, hold on. That's one of the biggest things that I see a lot is that people come to me and say they have a problem with someone that's higher up than me, or someone that's lower there, or something. And they're afraid to go to them and talk. Like, I make a lot of friends on the server, and they come to me and talk to me like, "Hey, there's something going on with this, and I don't know." You shouldn't be coming to me if it has to deal with somebody else that you can deal with. Now, I understand I'm a higher up. Come to me to deal with the problem. That makes sense. But there's been certain situations where I've been in lower ranks. People come to me, just talking about it. I'm like, dude, like,
Go
go and
to the
fix it
higher ups.
yourself. Go to the
Yeah.
higher ups. You can't be afraid to be wrong in some situations. That's one of the biggest parts that I see a lot. And that's what I want. That's what I really want to get out there is that you have a duty to report to your higher ups to get things solved. If you don't get things solved and there's things going wrong, they're not going to get fixed. The battalion is going to crumble from the inside out, and we don't want that. Sure thing. So about that, um, now honestly, the way our officers run the battalion right now, a lot of them out there, the documentation work needs to take a step up. Czar, this involves you. This involves you and me. Hold on.
Do you mean
This
the
involves
people working on the docs, or do you mean how
I'm
the
just
docs is?
just overall like the document managers, the management of the docs.
Yeah,
This
I
involves
just taught
you.
myself how to do the docs because this whole time I've never known how to do docs.
Yeah, this involves you and me. You got to keep the docs updated as an officer. That's I'm gonna go through that in a second here, but the reason that we wiped everything is because everything was getting so out of hand that we just decided to start over and get tryouts going again. One thing I'm not liking right now is that Law's taking his own sweet time, getting everybody into the lead positions. One second. But I will promise you that you will get your positions back. If it's the last thing I do, I will personally recommend you for whatever you need me to. Go ahead. Yep, one second. I'm just gonna do something real quick and I'll add on to that.
I'm here. Sorry. What major? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, true.
Okay. So back to add on to what Black Eye was saying. You're saying, what were you saying again? Sorry, about the new privates. Okay. Yeah. So basically, the thing about that, see, I don't follow the trial. I don't follow a trial guide. I when I try
I
people
usually
out,
do my own tryouts and I make sure that they're difficult and just to see if they're not mingy.
yeah. So basically, the way my tryout system works, I go in, I get to know the person. I talk to them. Yeah, I do questions. I do a couple things. I do formations. I do the normal stuff, but I talk to them like they're actual people. I don't go in and saying, "PTS is active. Do this, 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 this." No, that's not how it works for me. I go in. I talk to them like, "All right, so we're gonna do this." I get a conversation going. I get to know the person. It's almost like an interview. It's not really a child anymore at this point. It's more like an interview for me. Um, I talk to the person, I get to know them, and if they seem like a good fit for the battalion, then I consider them. And if I feel like they're gonna, continue on, then I'll eventually accept them. I've turned away a lot of people because of how my tryouts go. They just seem like dicks, even though that they were doing really good on the questions and all that kind of thing. I had to turn them away. Um, I honestly do think the tryout system is the little flawed, but I don't know. That's how I personally do it. And that way you focus on getting people into the battalion that you think is gonna be a good fit, it's gonna stay a little while, instead of just working on getting numbers. One problem that some people have is that they're just worried about the numbers. They're worried about the numbers.
That's because of the limit that you have to do. Because what is it, like 5 trials a week? You only
It's
really have to
something.
get. It's
But
3. Wait, what's? It's 3 for the officers too. Then
but but anyway, that's the problem, is that people are just so worried about numbers and getting as many people as they can in the battalion. And not even just for the quota. It's some people are just like, "Oh, I like to see big numbers on 91st." That's not what it's about. It's about getting a good battalion, getting it, to its good
it's
potential,
like letting people into your circle of trust.
pretty much.
You're not
And
gonna just look at it and go, "Hey guys, look how many people I got here." And they're like, "Wow, I'm impressed," but at the same time, 90% of these
like
guys are
would you
dicks.
rather be someone who is well known but doesn't have anyone that he hangs out with and is close to, or would you rather have two good friends that you hang out with all the time and have amazing fun with? You know,
Two
it's
good
that kind of
friends.
thing.
That's the situation I've been in the battalion before, you know?
Yep, that's understandable. Okay. So we're gonna continue on with the little training I have ordered here. So sure. Yeah,
That's called training, so that's
yeah,
what we need to
that's
do.
what I'm hoping to get out of this is after I do these trainings with people, they'll realize, oh, hey, it's he kept reiterating saying we should always be doing tryouts or training, you know.
Hmm.
So,
Like, those words really got to everyone, no joke.
and honestly, I
But
was
then
thinking
people
about
didn't
all
take
of that
shit with it.
even before he started. Like when he was first commander NAO, I I've had this type of view that I still have for the longest time. I have not stopped, and it still continues on and goes well with today. But the
Hmm.
problem is nobody else thinks as I do, and that's a big like. I mean, not a lot of people, I should say. There's some people that do. Not a lot of people think the way I do, and saying, it's not about. This is a serious RP server. All right, that's what they say in the rules. This is a serious RP server. When shit goes down, when it's time to be serious, I'm not fucking having it. Like, hell no. Um,
I swear, when you were giving
like,
us PT, you sound like a mouse. I got scared for a moment.
you did not want to hear me talk then. You should be so glad that my parents are still here for one more day. Like,
You sounded like Mouse. You're like, alright, listen up, you fucks. I'm like, Mouse, you there?
I mean, yeah, that's the thing is that nobody decides to take responsibility. Nobody decides to be the bad guy. And I'll tell you what, it sucks being the bad guy, but at the same time, it feels damn good telling what these fucks are doing. Like Black Guy, when they were fucking running to your lightsaber, I was literally like, if my parents weren't in the exact room opposite of mine, I would be fucking yelling at every single one on that team. I wouldn't care who they are. I would be yelling at everyone saying, who the fuck did that? You know what? I just, the only thing I could not do is give Neo PT. I could not force him to do PT, but everybody else was requiring to be in that main hangar bay. And
Yeah,
because you
lost
kept
it.
opening up your lightsaber, and I just felt like shooting you at the time.
Law fucking sat there and he did 100 grammar squats. I don't know how you didn't see that pack, but on the last grammar squat, he fucked up so bad he forgot to put a
No,
period.
I saw it, and I was like, you know what? I'm fucking done. I'm not gonna make him do it again.
I was laughing so hard. I
But
PM'd him. I'm like, you're so fucking lucky. I said, I don't think you saw that.
User joined your channel.
yeah, who joined?
That would be Bill.
What's up, Bill?
Okay, so he's giving you this respect, right? Is it an fellow NCO or a CO? Is it Dan? Oh.
Okay, so let's bring it back here. Damn it, Bell, you just had to join, didn't you? Okay. You know what, Bell? You just join in, and then I'll go back and reiterate with you what you missed. Okay? Are you there? Can you type in TeamSpeak? Because right now, Bell, I am in TeamSpeak right now, and you could just I'm tabbed out of the game, so if you could type in there and let me know you're here. Because if you don't, I'm gonna have to kick you. Because that would mean you're AFK in the main channel, and that's against one of the rules on the roster. Okay.
User was kicked out of your channel.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So now the question that you're both on: what makes a good CO? Ask for
User joined your
PTS.
channel.
Who? Bell Killer? I swear to God. You type in TeamSpeak right now. You got kicked because you did not respond to me.
He's like, I
So,
didn't even have headphones on.
okay. All right. So, would you like to participate in this little NCO leadership training I'm doing? Okay. So, Czar, Black Eye, how do you feel about me going back to the beginning with him real quick? Just go over it really quick. Or would you like to just continue on and I'll go back with him? Czar,
What?
do you want to wait for him to do the beginning? Do you want to just keep going and then I'll go back with him?
He can do the beginning.
All right. So, Bell Killer, I'm just going to ask you some questions. There's no right or wrong. This is just, complete training. It's all about your learning experience. It's all about your... All right, well, it is locked. It's just people have the password. We can go down to the speeder garage and do that. So go down to channel.
User left your channel. User joined your channel. User joined your channel.
Pack, Mom said you're
Your
gay.
channel was edited.
All right, so the password is Gazer.
Okay. And by the way, Pack, Mom told me to tell you that you're gay.
I'll bet.
No, I'm serious. I can show you a screenshot. It's a meme.
All right, so I'm just gonna go through this really quick with you, Bell Killer. You seem to know what you're doing pretty well, so I'm sure you won't have too much trouble. But this is all just for your learning experience. So I'm tabbed out right now, so if you could just type in TeamSpeak whenever you come up with an answer or anything. But yeah, so we're gonna begin. So I'm gonna ask you, go right now. What does it mean to be a leader? And if like Czar, you could like tell me what he says.
Wait, I got you. Never mind, it's not. Oh, wait.
Actually, no, I'll just read it. Okay, so know when you're right, when you're not, know when to chill, when to be serious, being nice to others, helping the others. Alright? Okay, so what is a CO? Commanding officer, the highest ranking online, the person highest ranking online. Okay. What is an NCO? Non-commissioned officer, they are basically low ground leaders helping the enlisted. Yep. What is the job of an NCO?
This man is aiming a gun at me. Recon, hello, sir. Hey, sir, this man over here is aiming a gun at me inappropriately. Can you please arrest him? This man here. This
Host trials, trainings, help the enlisted improve
Sir,
yourself.
I will have to ask you to
Jeremy
stop
there?
pointing your deadly weapon.
Okay.
Nice CT. Wait, do you want to be trained? Into the
We do.
everyone that wants to get trained, come into the room.
Alright, okay. Why do we need NCOs?
Wait, hold up. Wait a minute.
Okay.
Hold up.
NCOs are crucial to the battalion for doing trials and training newly enlisted.
Hold up,
to
wait,
ensure
no,
they fulfill their duties so that they can become NCOs and COs as well. Okay, so why do we need COs?
Why do your bunks look exactly like the 41st? Oh my god. This is upsetting.
User joined your channel.
Alright. Focus more on management promotion. Okay. All right, yep. NCOs to keep them in check, to ensure that they're doing trainings correctly and keeping the battalion running fullest potential. Yep. So, tell me, Bell Killer, what makes a good NCO?
User left your
Thanks, B.
channel.
Where is he in 41st? Yep. Alright, being active, being nice, being friendly, being able to quickly. Yep. So, good NCO will always listen to higher ups and follow orders to the teeth. They are to be hosting trials as often as possible and to be training the enlisted as often as possible to ensure their peak physical condition. They are willing to listen and learn from both good and bad experiences. They will always report back to their CEOs with a report of anything that happened that the CEOs might need to know about. They're also not afraid to be wrong. As I stated to Czar and Black Eye both, that is an important aspect right there. You should not be afraid to be wrong. You should never be afraid to speak your voice, speak your mind to any commanding officers. I've had experiences in the past when I'm not an officer. People have come to me about situations that they're in, and I'm like, I really can't do anything unless you go to an officer. And the reason they don't is because they're afraid that, you know, of the officer telling them, oh, why are you doing this? Or you're wrong, or something like that. And it's silly. It shouldn't be how it is. You should always be willing to speak your mind, speak your voice, because if you do not, it's not going to get fixed. And if it's not fixed, the problem's going to continue. And either you're going to leave the battalion, someone else is going to leave the battalion, or, you know, just the battalion's not going to do well with problems. Solve them all. So, what makes a good CO?
Oh, Jesus.
This is actually, okay, so, Bell Killer, you type out what you think. Black Eye and Czar, this question's also for you. What makes a good CO? Czar, are you there?
Yeah.
Okay.
A good CO to me.
Just ask for PTS
Okay.
when you have your thoughts all gathered. Just say PTS. Go ahead.
Hello. Where are you?
Poke 1 and TS, dude. I'll talk to you now, but next time, Poke 1 and
Says
TS.
being able to teach, knowing when you're wrong, helping everybody, knowing to choose people for certain important positions. Czar, do you have anything to add on to that?
Sorry, my dad walked in and asked me questions. What was that?
Do you have anything to add on to what makes a good CO? Is what they said already.
Being able to teach. Wrong, helping everybody. Keeping up with the doc work. Also, making sure that the NCOs are in check. And you are setting the good
so
example.
you lost your Jedi rank.
Alright, so I'm gonna tell you what I have here. So a good NCO is someone who will always strive to do their best in every aspect of their time on the ship.
Black Eye.
They'll always host trainings,
Hold on. Go to the Sentinel Sanctuary channel. Go to the Sentinel Sanctuary channel.
To ensure that they are doing their job correctly. COs will always, and I mean always, do their required dock work. This is one of the most important aspects right here. Without this, the battalion...
Channel switched.
Alright, so what's going on? Okay, so you got demoted to youngling because you didn't realize your saber color was not the right color. Okay. Let me place down a dupe for Delta real quick, and I'll help you out with this. No, yeah. Who demoted you exactly? Werewolf? Okay, yeah, no. Werewolf doesn't have any authority to demote you to youngling. So what were you beforehand? You were a counselor? Yeah, no, I know. I should at least. I'm a council member. You're still a counselor. You still have all your whitelists. Yeah, you still have all of your whitelists. Yeah. Yeah, no. Yeah, either way, he still doesn't have the authority to demote you, so you have your whitelist. You should be good now. Yeah. You're still a Jedi Counselor Padawan. Yeah, just tell him to come talk to one of the council members or myself. No problem. Okay. No, I believe you. I believe you that you're colorblind. It's just, yeah. Yeah. No, I mean, if you just gotta make sure you don't change your saber color in, yeah. No, I know, but like, knowing that you would have already had the color, it would look weird for other people that obviously aren't colorblind. So like, no, I understand that, but it's still the thing. Oh no, yeah. Just to change your color, but once you're like, if you're using it, then it's, yeah. Just to use it to change your color, but like, make sure you do it in somewhere private that nobody's gonna obviously see you and things like that. You know. Yeah, and you shouldn't really be changing your lightsaber color unless you're changing a branch or becoming a master. Big being event job. Yeah, no, I understand. But yeah, you have the ability to do that, sure. I don't have a problem with it. No problem. Alright, I'm gonna help Delta with the trials.
User left your channel. Channel switched.
Yep. alright. Black Eye, now that we've gone through everything, I asked them to tell me what it meant to be a leader. So if you could just let me know what you think it is to be a leader. Just after the whole training and the information you've gathered, in general, what does it mean to be a good leader? All right. Um, yep. I've heard a lot of good things. Um, basically a leader to me, someone who knows what they're doing. They know their job that they're supposed to do, and they do it well. They, well, yeah, I do not. Anyway, um, so basically, the leader knows what he's doing. He knows how to do it. Knows it well. He is always willing to listen to his troops. He's always willing to command his troops in any way that he needs to. It's required for any leader to learn from mistakes and move on with it. You can't dwell on the past. You can't, you know, making mistakes is all about, you know, who you are, and it's going to shape you. It doesn't matter what's going to happen afterwards. It's all happening for a reason. But being a good leader, humble, know when to be serious, know when to have fun, know when to relax, know when to, you know, tighten up, know when to give out, you know, discipline, know when to receive it. Because, you know, you yourself as a commanding officer, there's always someone higher than you unless you're Palpatine, just like people have said. Overall, you gotta know what you're doing, guys. Being a leader is really important, and this training, I'm hoping, is going to help um, those who may not be experienced leaders to be a little bit more experienced. That way, in case they do get higher up positions, we're not completely lost, if you know what I'm saying. So other than that, that is that part of the training done. So we're going to, where am I? All right. Okay, so we're gonna move on to commanding.
But I'm bored. We need to
We're
do
gonna work
something.
on how to command your troops and giving orders and such. So, um, so ask for PTS here. I'm going to ask a question. Only one of you gets to answer, so be the first one to ask for PTS, or if you don't know, you can just wait and let somebody else answer. There's no right or wrong. Well, there's wrong answers. There can be wrong answers, but there's right answers. There's no points in this. I'm saying it's all about learning. So don't think of it as a test. So
In fact, that's gonna
yeah.
be PTS for Major Plus. All right, you have permission to speak freely, just in case anyone joins and tries to give you crap about it.
What do you mean? What?
I said that's PTS from a Major Plus. All right, you have permission to speak freely, just in case anyone joins and tries to give you crap about it.
Well, I have the whole channel on lockdown, so.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah. So, okay. Yeah, PTS is active, so just ask for PTS when you're going to answer a question. And here we go. So, when events occur, NCOs are usually put in charge by a commanding officer. Why does this happen?
PTS.
Go ahead, Czar.
To see how they lead and to help them lead is I think. Well, it's like to. I'll be right back.
Okay. Anybody else got a PTS for that question? Go ahead, Black Eye. Oh. Okay, so
You were moved.
What do you need, Black Eye? What reasons did he give you? Did you give him? You weren't demoted for your lightsaber color. That would have been more of a warning. You were demoted for having a gun out and shooting it on your Jedi. The fact that you had your lightsaber wrong made it even worse. Does your colorblind affect pulling out a gun and shooting on your Jedi? Well then. So the demotion stands.
Then get a moderator.
Even if you lost your whitelist?
Still
Laser,
lost.
did you wipe everybody's whitelist in the 91st?
Yeah, we removed everybody's whitelist, yes. But
You're
we
on a
didn't remove
Jedi.
their
Then
Jedi.
go
We didn't
to
remove
like
their Jedi ones.
Then go to like
Yeah.
a 91st trooper, like a normal trooper, and then.
I mean,
Oh, then buy the gun.
buy the gun there.
Yeah,
You don't
it's
use it
against
on a
the Jedi
Jedi.
rule to use a gun. That's why you have a saber, not a gun.
Can you move me, Indigo, and Black Eye here to another room, Ninja J?
And Lazar?
User left your channel. You were moved. Buddy joined your channel.
You're just being moved to a different channel.
User joined your channel. User was moved to your channel.
Oh,
Indigo.
okay.
I'm doing trials.
I need you for a second.
What?
So.
Oh, Black Eye. Yeah.
You told him I couldn't demote him?
What?
He was demoted not for his saber color. He was using a gun in an event.
Oh boy.
It's still demotable offense, yes, Delta?
Yeah, it is.
All
obviously.
right.
I nearly got demoted for it, so did also.
Yeah.
So
why?
did Caber.
What?
Caber did get demoted for it.
Why was I pulled? Why was I pulled? I'm doing trials, boy.
Yeah, that's the reason. I just needed to make sure of that.
What?
Alright, you can go back down.
Go back.
What? What?
You can go back.
I'm so confused. What
You are allowed to go back to your
User
trials.
left your channel.
Alright, so are you trying to appeal your demotion, Black Eye? Like I said? What?
Yeah, the console room, yeah.
It wasn't a counselor matter. This is a Jedi matter, and if I had been there yesterday, we would have had the discussion yesterday. Delta is a master, yes, but all these things, it doesn't matter. Like, they could have talked to you on their own, yes. They should have demoted you on the spot. They shouldn't have waited around. I mean, I don't care about the saber color. I really don't. You're demoted for that and for the fact that you had a gun and you were shooting it on your Jedi.
Yeah, I mean, if it was because of like
rules.
saber color, it has
You would've
happened
got, like,
multiple times that I pulled out a red
Yes,
saber in the
but
middle
if
of
you're using the
debrief.
gun, Windu, me, Yoda, all of them have said in meetings on Saturday that and in the Discord, if we catch you using a gun, we will demote you on the spot. That has always been the Jedi's prerogative to do, and we're gonna keep enforcing that. So, you're appealing your demotion. It's denied. I'm not going to. He shot the gun because he didn't have his saber anymore, and he was on the ground. No, they don't run around with blasters and pull them out of their ass. It's not fine.
So you're saying that
Your
you
master,
got
who,
your saber robbed in like middle of
your
the night?
master should have told you these things, and also should have just. And I will be talking to your master Dan after this, like when he gets on.
Who's your master?
Dan.
Dan. Sorry.
Yeah. And have you been to an etiquette class yet? I didn't check that when I removed you from the roster. On the etiquette class, we have the rule in there that you cannot use a gun. So you're going to blame the fact that you didn't know the rules, even when they were read to you, because you were tired late at night.
User joined your channel.
So you're saying, if I go up to Zummy, late at night, and I say, Zummy, he explains a new rule to me. Next day I come in, the new rule he explained to me is I can RDM if I fucking feel like it. If I go up and RDM somebody, I can get off scot-free because it was late at night, and that's how I interpreted what Zummy said. I mean, how is that different than you pulling out a gun on your Jedi? And
oh, fuck's sake.
I mean...
Oh, yeah, Black Eye. Why'd you say it with me that demoted you? I'm not even a Jedi.
No, he was just in the room. But Black Eye, the demotion is going to still stand. If you want to debate it with somebody who isn't me, you can speak to Windu, or you can speak to Yoda. Those are the next steps to go up to. Having your whitelist removed shouldn't like dictate how you act on your Jedi. That's a clone. That's not your Jedi. I get that. That's what your battalion decided to do. It's your commander's prerogative if he wants to Paul whitelist. But that doesn't mean you get on your Jedi and pull out a gun and start shooting it in events. I get that. But that's not what I'm arguing. You don't pull out your gun on your Jedi whitelist. You went to an etiquette class.
You shouldn't need to.
So you didn't.
What
I'm hearing is that you didn't pay attention.
No, you can't have an excuse that it's late at night.
Even if there's only 3 people, it's the fucking slideshow. You still have the doc probably. You can read over that. That's all these things. They're the basic rules of Jedi. I'm sorry, but the demotion is going to stand. It most definitely
I know
was.
not to do it, and I'm a youngling.
Exactly.
Listen, you can be a youngling with me. I'm a youngling. What's wrong with being a youngling? Are you discriminating?
Yes, I am. Fuck your youngling.
Yeah, in your YouTube video, there's exactly the evidence that you shot the gun.
You've basically grashed yourself up.
Even if that's the case, common sense should tell you don't spawn with a gun on a Jedi to where you would use it. I'm sorry, but the demotion is going to stand. If you want to argue it with Windu or Yoda, I'm sure they would be glad to have that conversation with you. But at this point, I'm done banging my head against the wall. You can speak with them about it. All right. Goodbye.
User joined your channel.
They're not online right now. When they get on, I'm sure you'll find them.
You were moved. Channel switched.
Be a
Channel
trial
switched.
mod. And then once you become a trial mod, you just gotta like train. Get promoted. Alright, we can go back up to the regular channel now.
Alright.
User left your channel. Channel switched.
Damn, Pack, I think that was an on-sync switch.